Hey, this is Brett the Hitman Hart, the best there is, best there was, and the best there ever will be. And you're listening to the Smacked Raw podcast.
Hey folks, welcome to the Smacked Raw pod. You know what? Actually, hold on. I got Jay on the show. Jay, you do our intro, man.
Let's see if I can do this the right way.
Let's see, man.
Give me so about 20 seconds. I'm sorry, 10 seconds.
No, we're recording.
Oh,
We're recording, bro. We're on the air.
Woo! I've been waiting for this all my life. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Smack Raw podcast, where we do... I can't do it. I can't do it.
Your one-stop shop for all your
It's not for me.
WWE, NXT, AEW recaps,
I'll
reviews,
get it next time.
pay-per-view predictions. We'll get you on the... We'll do it on the throwback episode.
Yeah.
I won't just throw you under the bus like that. Oh man, you guys, we're a pay-per-view. Jesus, we are a pro wrestling.
Jesus Christ, botches everywhere.
We're a pro wrestling podcast. You can find us on Spotify. Jesus, what the hell is going on? This is what happens when I only record like once a week.
You can find us on Spotify. You can find us on iTunes.
Google Play Music,
Podbean,
Stitcher, guys.
There you go. That's all of them. And then, of course, if you want to watch this botch fest and see us all cracking up on camera, find us on YouTube.
God.
Don't forget, hit the like and subscribe button, man. Help us get to 100 subscribers. Jesus. Dude, this is awesome.
I mean, you got to realize it's like 10, where I am. It's like 10:32 in the morning right now, so it's like it's still morning time. So
I didn't get home to 3 o'clock last night, so I don't want to hear it.
you know what, Seb? I was just about to ask you about that. Like, how long did it take? What time did you get home last night?
About 3 o'clock.
Yeah, like, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys don't know, our wonderful AJ Styles of the podcast, he was actually at the event last night.
Yeah, got me a nice
because
shirt.
it was at the University of Kentucky.
Nice. Oh, you got you some merch while you were there?
Yeah, got me a shirt. The AJ Styles necklace was more for my daughter. She goes AJ Styles too. And they didn't really have kid size clothing, not a lot that would fit her, so I just got her something too.
That's sweet. I got one of their the Hardy Boys necklaces way back in the day, and that's how I found out I was allergic to metal. Because my whole neck broke out in hives, man. It was terrible.
Really?
Oh yeah, so bad. It was so bad.
I wanted to, if plans would have worked out, I could have got her something else. On the way down there, I only took so much money with me. I don't like taking a lot, my full wallet or whatever places in case I lose it. And on my way down there, I realized my phone charger wasn't working, and without a phone, I wouldn't get back last night. So I had to stop and buy like a $12 phone charger at a gas station.
Oh, gas station charger.
Ew.
That'll work for all of 2 weeks.
So yeah, that kind of
Unless your dog chews it up.
Yeah. Then all of like 3 days. You guys,
is your video on?
yes, you guys can't see me because I'm using my phone, like I said. So you'll see me on YouTube. Like if you go back and watch this on YouTube, you'll see it's just the camera quality is so much better off of the phone than it is my actual laptop.
Oh no problem. I was just trying to make sure because I was like, he's not up here.
Yeah, no, I am. Like I said, if you'll see when you go back and watch. If you guys want to chat with us, man, we'd like to talk wrestling with each other. We'll talk about it with you too. Hit us up on Twitter. We're at SmackDraw Pod. Myself at the Kai Tai Show, and then I'll let these guys tell you where you can find them at.
at WrestlingFan_32.
You can find me at both Instagram and Twitter at JThunder2009.
Hell yeah. Jay, you don't have to just plug your social media, man. What else you got going on, bro?
Well, if you guys must know, if you guys have been listening for a while, you guys know that I am an indie wrestler myself. I go by the name of Jay Thunder, as you probably would guess. Our For our promotion that I train at Chicago Style Wrestling, we're starting our first show of the season on the 17th. So we will be back in action. We'll be doing the shows I think it's like the second or third Friday of each month. So if you guys want to check it out, anybody that's in the Chicago land area, you guys can check it out. We'll be, for the most part, it's usually on the north side. I can definitely plug the flyer at the end of the show. So yeah, like I got a couple of things going on, and then also my big tag team championship match.
Hell yes.
26th.
When? February 26th?
January 26th.
January 26th, folks.
Yes. January 26th. That'll be happening. Hopefully I'm medically cleared because, last show that I did, we had a little hiccup, some shoulder problems. So
I saw you, man. You hit that spear. You went right down on your shoulder.
Yeah, like I don't know if you guys have seen, like I usually would plug the match and everything like that, but if you guys would have seen it, like literally I went for the spear and my opponent, he pre-bumped, so I had to kind of maneuver so I wouldn't like crush his whole chest cavity in, and I had to kind of like move myself so I wouldn't hurt him. I'm a big guy, so taking a spear for me is not not fun.
Whew, boy, you like taking a spear from Bobby Lashley.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, it's not as good as it's not as good as Lashley's, but it's better than the Big Show's.
What you'll do is I'll have you send me the link to the match, Jay, and I'll put it in the description of the episode, so you guys can go back and watch. And that was your latest match, right?
That was my latest match. That is the recent match that I have done.
Yeah, so I'll go ahead and I'll throw that in the description, folks. Support our boy out, man. Go ahead, check out his latest match. Watch this devastating spear he's got. It's badass. I feel for you though. When I saw it, and you see, had you not told me that you hurt yourself, I wouldn't had noticed it. But after you told me, I looked at it, I was like, oh yeah, that looks rough.
If you notice, I landed clean on my arm. I landed like it was literally and the bad part about it is that when it happened, like I felt a pop. I felt the pop, and I was like, "Oh, that's not right."
So spoiler,
but my arm was still moving. So
I saw you wince, man, when the ref goes to lift your arm up. I was like, "Ooh, that looked a little painful, man."
I know it was because, and the bad part about it is that when I did it. I literally had to like play it off like I didn't do it.
Right.
And I'm in my head, I'm like I'm so mad. And then no, you should have saw me when I got backstage. So literally I'm like super excited. I was like, yeah, the match went all great. Not realizing that like my arm is like so done, I cannot move it. I can't do anything. I wound up like going to the back of the building, and I literally just passed out. I passed out because I was in so much pain.
Jesus.
I was like I was trying to move my arm so bad. It was just like, and then when we get to the doctor, I couldn't even do this. I couldn't do this at all. I was trying so hard to like move it up. Like now I can do this. I mean, it still hurts a little bit, and I can like move it around a little bit. But when I first went to the doctor, all I could do was this. This is all I could do. So
it's a tough one, man. Well, let's get into the show, you guys. We're here to cover Monday Night Raw. Jay, speedy recovery, though, by the way. What's the name of the... Really quick, though, actually, before we move on, forgot. What's the name of the tag team, your tag team? Let them know who your tag team is, and then the current champs that you're taking on.
All right, so the current tag team champions, they are called Youth Gone Wild. They consist of... They consist of... If I'm not mistaken, you gotta give me time because they always change their names. They're like
That's how big of chumps these guys are. That's why you're gonna destroy them, man. They're not even worth remembering, son.
Like, no,
these are some chumps,
even,
dude. Extreme Thunder is gonna take these fools out. Tune in January 26th, okay?
Yeah, You've Gone Wild. They're going against Extreme Thunder, you know, and that's Extreme Thunder with a X. Because
it's really extreme.
Yeah, because it's really extreme. I got my boy AJ Raditz. He's the guy that can fly. He's a black flippy kid that can, you know, do his thing. And, you know, your boy Jay Thunder. I'm the power. I'm the brawn. You know, I do what I can to, you know, bring the thunder, if you will.
Hell yes. Oh man, I can't wait.
Enough about me. We can talk about that after the show. Yeah. Let's talk about this show. Let's talk about Monday Night Raw.
Let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. First of all, your boy Sebastian, the AJ Styles of podcasting, he was at the show live. Sebastian, what was the vibe in the arena?
It was fun, man. We had a Raw back here last April 29th, I believe, and this one was 10 times better.
Yeah.
Not that the last one was bad. It just never really had anything that stood out. Probably the highlight was the Becky and Lacey brawl. The best match was probably Ricochet and Braun versus Drew and Corbin. But this one, you had the triple threat. You had Buddy Murphy and Aleister Black. The main event was a really good surprise. You had Brock there. I never imagined Brock Lesnar become the Lexington, Kentucky. That was awesome. I mean, there was just a lot of, and the Becky Lynch contract signing was really well done.
That was a surprising one. That was surprising. We'll get into it, man. But it was overall good.
Oh yeah, I mean it was a blast.
All right, man. Well, let's get into it, man. The show kicks off with a triple threat match, impromptu. This was not advertised on your end, was it?
What was announced last week on Raw was Randy Orton versus Styles 1-on-1.
But I meant, like, you know, you get like the dossier of the evening because you're attending live. They didn't spoil that it was a triple threat.
We were still under the impression that it was going to be a 1-on-1 match.
Right. So yeah, we got the impromptu triple threat match between AJ Styles, Randy Orton, Drew McIntyre. This was a fun one, man. These guys. Honestly, I could see people knack Randy for being boring, but like he just needs the right dance partner.
For once, all of this was hilarious to me. I enjoyed every moment of what was going on.
Yeah,
it was beautiful. Randy's just like I don't know what he is right now, to be quite honest. I don't know if he's a face or a heel or whatever, but
he's a legacy face.
He's entertaining. That's what he is.
His legacy is so big that he's at that point where it's hard for him to be like a true heel. Like people, even if he's a heel, people will still love him because of just how long he's been around. That's just what happens for certain people, man. It's like that's why like AJ Styles. I mean, he's a heel, but people are still gonna cheer him. You know, got too much respect for the guy. The finish of this triple threat, by the way, was this match of the night? Was the opening match of the night?
It's top 2 for sure. At the time, the crowd was hotter for it than it was Buddy and
that's true.
Aleister Black.
Yeah.
But you gotta think this was the start of the show versus 2.5 hours in.
Kick it off.
So the crowd was really hot for it. Drew McIntyre, man, really. And I do want to say, I said last week one of my dream matches was to see Randy Orton versus AJ Styles 1-on-1. Mm-hmm. And I know a lot when they bait and switch like this, I know that can be a problem. And when Drew McIntyre came out, I was afraid that they was going to make some sort of tag team match out of it, or 6-man or something with Ash or the rest of the club. But I was perfectly okay with this triple threat match. Drew McIntyre, it was a first time match, and by the way, his face run, he gets so much great reaction from the crowd. Like when he was talking, man, the crowd loved it.
Oh, yeah.
And when Orton threw that mic down when he said his Claymore was bigger, digging at the
dude, that had Randy cracking up, man. That joke was so good. He's talking about them out here comparing RKOs because AJ Styles has been pulling off RKOs lately. And yeah, of course it divulges into a dick joke. But it was good.
And I feel like
You know
the
what?
rest of the crowd expected like some sort of tag team match too, because when Gallows and Anderson came out, everybody was like, "Oh shit, here we go."
Here we go.
They got rid of them, and they went out and put on a really good match for us. It was fun, man. My favorite part was probably Orton hitting a Styles Clash. Like crowd popped for that.
I thought that was amazing. Fun fact: I can actually do a mean RKO.
We'll have to get him, man. We got to get it. See, you put it out there. You put it out there. Now we got to get it on camera. All right, we'll throw it in the show.
Oh man, no, you know what? I'll get a little video of practice because that's what we did last week for practice. We had to do RKOs. It was fun.
Sweet. Hit some cutters.
One thing too, I really liked how Orton came out with his promo.
Yeah.
I love character consistency, and just the way he delivered it. You know, they wanted me to come out and get you pumped, but that's not me. I just want to fight. I really like it.
Yeah. Instead of doing that whole switching your cadence because now you're getting a face pop, you're right. Consistency is always key. It helps the WWE product anytime they can actually utilize consistency and continuity. That's the word.
Raw's done that for the most part here last month or so.
Yeah, the finish came. Orton hits Styles with a Claymore with a RKO, and then Drew McIntyre comes in, hits a Claymore kick, jumping over Styles onto Randy Orton, picks up the victory, getting AJ. Drew is my pick. I can't tell if he's my pick to win the Rumble or if he's my pick who I want to win the Rumble, but he's my pick for the Rumble, man. I think that's definitely what I'd like to see.
It's interesting because we sat here the last few weeks trying to figure out what is Brock's match. You know, everybody thinks Tyson Fury, but when Tyson gets knocked out by Wilder, that's not happening.
Yeah, and Kane's going to be getting surgery,
and it's right in front of us. Maybe
they are planting the seeds though for the Tyson Fury stuff because Fury's out doing interviews, plugging his match for Brock Lesnar. Like Fury's out there saying that he's going to get through Deontay Wilder, and then his next sight, he's setting his sights on Brock. Yeah. You can tell, like I said, if you're paying attention to the sports world, they're going. That's right now the plan, and the only thing that can throw a wrench in that plan is going to be Deontay Wilder. And I've always cheered for Tyson Fury. This is the only time I really want him to lose in a boxing match because I do not want him at WrestleMania with Brock, man.
And this could be the whole reason for Drew's face turn too.
Just in case. He's the backup.
Yep.
Yeah, I can see that. I can definitely see that. Following the match, we got match between Mojo Rawley. Mojo Rawley has a match on Monday Night Raw. Wow, dude.
I was so excited. I
Mojo Rawley.
I was right beside the entrance. I wasn't on the floor like, you know.
Yeah.
But I was beside the entrance, the stage. And I tried to get a picture of everybody.
Yeah.
I did not a Mojo Rawley.
You didn't know? No, not a Mojo fan, huh?
Wow.
I want bigger things for him. I do. His character, I'm not like I'm over here like I'm a big Mojo fan, but I feel like he's one of the guys with more potential than what they're giving him. But they may tap on that potential throughout what happens later on. But I'll tell you one thing, guys. Dude, Ricochet's a snore fest for me at this point. He is, man.
It's really sad.
Wait, what?
He is, man.
What?
He's white bread. He's bland. This dude
it's
ain't got no edge. You blame the booking, blame whatever you want to blame. You know what I mean? It's the same reason I'm not a big Mojo fan. Blame the booking, you know?
Well, but I mean, I haven't been the thing about it is that, like, when Ricochet came in, he was, like, nothing has changed.
His style is not... He's not built for the WWE in-ring style, man.
It has changed. When he first came in, he was main eventing against AJ Styles, the lots of that. Now he's just going through...
Dude, he's another month away from doing matches on main event. I mean, hell, he probably already is. He probably already is. I just don't watch main event.
I don't think he's going there. I think at this I think he's always going to stay in that mid card, upper mid.
Why y'all clowning my boy? Come on.
But here's
Hey, look, man. I'm just saying, he's just not built for WWE, man. Between his promo style,
y'all clowning my boy Ricochet. I'm hurt. I'm hurt. Y'all clowning my boy.
Here's why I say it's the booking too. You know, when they came here last of April last year, Ricochet got the biggest pop of the night. Got more reaction than anybody. But tonight or last night, it wasn't nowhere near compared to what he got 8 months ago. I mean, the bookings really brought him down a peg. Really has.
I'm telling you, man.
And he's the hometown. He ain't from Lexington, but he's from Kentucky, and so I was expecting a lot more reaction for Ricochet.
Yeah, you know what? I'm glad that you mentioned that, Seb, because I was kind of confused because I thought that because I knew Ricochet was from Kentucky, and I thought that the crowd would have liked.
They did last year. Last year, like I said, he was the biggest pop. Crowd ate it up, man.
But then again, here's
the Ricochet chants were just as loud as the Becky chants last year.
But
arena. But now,
you know what? No, I'll mention it towards the next match. But I'm not, because I'm not gonna speed through,
right?
Because I wanted to mention something about that as well. But we'll get into it.
Yeah, like I said, man. He's not doing it for me, man. He's not. And I'm sorry. I'm not one of those Twitter heels and everything, but I got to be honest with you, man. It's oil and water, man. They don't mix. And Ricochet is not meant for Raw. He's not, man. Send him back to NXT where he can shine. Get him off main roster, man. Get him off Raw.
It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to send him back to NXT when things are like freaking hot in NXT right now. Like they don't need it. NXT
don't need anybody. NXT doesn't need anybody. We're at the point now where wrestlers need NXT, and Ricochet's one of those people who needs NXT again.
I don't think he needs to go back to NXT.
Well, you're wrong, Seb. You're wrong.
All right. Oh my god.
Like,
here we go.
I think.
You know what? Hold on. You know what? Nope. I'm not gonna be part of this. Nope.
I just think that what we're getting out of Ricochet is the best. Like I said, I see Ricochet. He doesn't do a good promo at all, but in the ring, he's entertaining.
Yeah.
At best, he's an upper mid carder.
We'll see.
And
man.
At best, I don't ever see Ricochet being a Universal Champion or anything like that.
He's gonna put over he's gonna beat the lower mid card guys, and he's gonna put over the upper mid card guys.
So if that's your expectation of Ricochet, then you're going to be disappointed. But if you're like me, I don't see. I think he's right where he needs to be as far as where he's at on the card.
Yeah, we'll see, man. Let's move on, man. Let's move on to someone else who doesn't need what they're getting, and that's going to be Sarah Logan and Charlotte Flair, man.
Oh, speaking of that's exactly what I wanted to think about, Sam.
Go ahead.
So yeah, like I was saying, it's funny that those matches were right next to each other because both of those two of those matches, two of the people are from Kentucky.
Yep, Ricochet's from Paducah and Sarah's from.
It's actually from Louisville. So like I was surprised that there wasn't much cheering from her either. But I mean, she was going up against Charlotte, so.
Yeah.
Foregone conclusion is what that was.
Yeah, it was. Charlotte got a good reaction. A lot of people was into her.
Yeah.
It was, and to be honest, man, the crowd put a lot of energy into that opening match too. So in a way, I kind of feel like they should have mixed those two matches somewhere else on the card because we were so hot in that. But man, Sarah's not been on TV, so nobody has a reason to really be invested in Sarah at this point.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Like I definitely understand that, but it's just like, I figured that they would have popped at least,
No.
Right.
No, but Charlotte, man, she got a good reaction.
So I gotta ask the question, man. It's Charlotte's obviously the one that they're putting the most work into for the Royal Rumble. I mean, that was the purpose of the match. Let's play Booker for a second. The purpose of this match was for Charlotte to give that receipt back to Sarah Logan for last week, to pretty much wipe the floor with her, and then just remind everybody Charlotte's a main player in the Royal Rumble. I only like this if this is going to lead to somebody else getting a huge pop for eliminating Charlotte. But if this is just man, I don't know. Charlotte don't need the Rumble, man. Charlotte.
She really don't.
She doesn't need to be the main player. Like I said, this makes sense to me if she's the one to topple. But my thing isn't she's essentially a face, right?
Apparently she is.
Yeah, that's where this is weird to me, man.
She likes to be a tweener.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just can't tell. Even with the crowd last night, she was playing out to the pops and stuff like that.
Until she was walking out and refusing to touch people's hands and stuff. I saw that.
Yeah, so she's more. I don't know. She's more like a tweener. Like, I don't know.
I'm not gonna sit here and cry, justice for Sarah. Although I really like Sarah Logan and want to see more of her. Like I get what the match was about.
It would be nice,
Yeah.
I like
throw Charlotte like on a couple local enhancement women, right? And she tosses them all out the ring or something.
Technically, she was local. But
oh my god.
No, I do like Sarah, but
Kentucky's got no loyalty, son.
Ouch.
I'm not sure, if she ever does get pushed. I don't. Like, when you go against Charlotte, it makes sense that Charlotte would be like that. Charlotte is a 10-time world champ.
Yeah. So, let's move on to
segment. She could have deserved a loss for Sarah Logan, though. They could have, let her win the next week.
Yeah, it is. It's Sarah jumped Charlotte, but still ended up getting beat up. And then Charlotte got her revenge by squashing Sarah again.
That literally sounds like that straight garbage.
Look at it like this. Like, if some dude jumped me, but I still ended up beating the piss out of him, how does that make me the good guy to track him down a week later and then just beat him up again? That's what happened.
But at the same time, we did just not say Charlotte's more like a tweener, so maybe she's not trying to be a good guy.
No, they had to remind everybody Charlotte's in the Royal Rumble. That's why she threw Sarah Logan out after. But anyways,
not only that, if she didn't throw him, it wasn't over the top rope. It was through the ropes.
There was an emphasis on that throughout the night, though, too. I noticed there's a spot when Ricochet threw Mojo out and made a little thing like, oh yeah.
That's what they always do leading up to the Rumble. All of a sudden, everybody's goals are just to throw each other over the top rope. The same thing when you lead into WrestleMania, and then you have to the armbar, like the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, whatever, and all of a sudden you have big brawls break out in the ring out of nowhere, and people just start getting tossed out, and there's like one person left standing. But let's move on to segment of the night, man. Segment of the night, in my opinion. You have Paul Heyman, Brock Lesnar coming out. Seb, go ahead. I know you said this was special to you, man. This is your first time seeing Brock live.
It was, and
my name is Paul Heyman.
I was thinking on the way home. Everybody argues whether Brock's a draw and all that stuff. Now I don't. They are you can go back and look. When he is on Raw, they are a bit of a spike with ratings. I'm not sure of how pay-per-view.
If Brock wasn't advertised to show up on Raw, would you have still gone?
Yeah.
Okay, doesn't matter. Brock's not a draw.
Here's the thing. When Brock came out, okay, when his music hit, there was an energy in that building I've never experienced before. The whole crowd stood on their feet for 75% of that segment.
Yeah.
They were glued. I mean, sure, people would have. Well, I'd have went because I love wrestling no matter what. I mean, it could be a second card and it's a Monday Night Raw. I'm probably still going.
Yeah. How would Paul Heyman's out there? Y'all need to show some respect.
Y'all need to show some respect. Oh my god.
No,
I had a moment. I was like, wow.
That's so good.
The energy and the
really
feel
did that.
from the moment Brock came out until he left was.
It was dope.
I can't really describe it.
That's cool, man.
I can't talk about numbers wise, but as far as big fight attraction feel, Brock Lesnar is definitely it.
Yeah. I mean, he's legit. He's legit, man. I mean, there's no denying that. Brock Lesnar would freaking murder 99% of the human populace in a one-on-one fight.
I was about to say,
Yeah, like he's legit.
The eyes were glued. Everybody stood for 75. Like stood. Nobody was on her for at least the first half. 75% of it. I mean, it was just a really unique setting.
It's cool, man. The segment, though, not to downplay Brock, but the real star was obviously R-Truth. Paul Heyman comes out to do his spoiler shtick, and then about the Royal Rumble, not giving us anything new.
Truth.
And he drops the name. He's like, this is a spoiler. This is the truth. And then so that cues R-Truth's music to come out. I love, dude, R-Truth's comedy gold. They know it. When R-Truth is clueless,
My bad.
it's his best comedy. It really is, man. He comes out, he starts hyping up, he declares himself for the Royal Rumble. He's sitting there cutting a promo on Brock, is what it appears. And then he drops the line, "I'm going to throw you over the top, Paul Heyman." And just the crowd ate it up, man. That had to have been hilarious, dude. They're live.
I just love the look on Paul Heyman's
Dude,
face.
the look on Brock's
What?
face. Brock couldn't. Dude, Brock was laughing his ass off, and that was legit. Like, I saw him choking laughing. Like, he was laughing so hard.
I love Brock showing that personality sometimes, man. Like when he had Money in the Bank, that's most entertaining Brock. But
The
crowd.
Brock boombox.
yeah, the crowd, man. I don't know how it came across on TV.
It was hilarious, is how it came across on TV.
No, not just the R-Truth thing, but the heat, the nuclear heat that Brock and Heyman.
Oh,
I've never seen Brock get so much momentum and heat at the same time.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. It was the most unique feelings inside arena I've ever had.
well,
That's cool.
anyways, Truth, after declaring himself for the Royal Rumble, Paul Heyman clears it up. Paul Heyman says the obvious. He's not in the Rumble. It's Brock Lesnar. So Truth undeclares himself.
Yeah.
And then just essentially just starts dancing in front of Brock. I was wondering if Brock could get his composure back, because the whole time R-Truth was on the mic, Brock was laughing the whole time, and it was touching to see Brock show genuine happiness, like just to see that big dude smile and laugh. But he got it back though. He got it back because R-Truth dances. Brock, clotheslines him F5. Brock hops on the mic and tells Truth that's what's up, and I got a pop for that, man. It was good. It was good, man.
That's what's up.
That's what's up.
That was awesome live, man. It really, the whole segment, crowd ate every bit of it up exactly how it was.
Yeah. Now to piggyback off of the boos that Brock got after that, as Truth was being helped up the ramp, remind you, Truth is still the current 24/7 champion up until this point, man.
I knew something was gonna happen when they showed Truth on the screen, and they showed him going up the ramp. I knew. I was like, where's Drake Maverick, or where's somebody?
Where's the loser locker room? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where's the Benny Hill segment? And no, man, Mojo comes out. Mojo cracks Truth, pins him, starts screaming on the mic, and right away I could tell it was different. Instead of like, oh, here's the throwaway pin, I think they're actually going to do something with Mojo here. I think this is how they're going to put a little bit of effort into him. They might just give him 2 weeks and then discard him and say it ain't working and go back to the Benny Hill segments with Truth.
I'm fine.
Yeah, they'll literally sit there and make him disappear off of TV again.
Yeah, make the 24/7 title is going to go over to main event. Is what's going to happen. Nah, it's going to be on Raw, and you can tell by Mojo actually having the match earlier in the night. Like the fact that he had a match on Raw and he hit that 24/7 title tells me they're going to do something with him, and I'm cool with that, man. Go ahead and try new stuff, man. That's what I'm about. Next up, here we go. like, this sucks the wind out of me when I got to talk about Lashley and Rusev and all of this stuff. Without trying to sound too biased, you guys, I'll let you touch your flavor in. We got our match, Rusev, Lashley. Earlier in the night, we got a segment with Lana and Lashley who were approached in the parking lot asking about their feelings on the previous week's wedding segment, which, kayfabe-wise, explain me this. Explain how they had the video package ready for the interview, for Lana's voiceover work on the video package, and then Lashley's. That's incredible timing on the production truck's hand.
Hey,
Yeah, I definitely
their
think
production's top notch, dude.
Apparently, man, those boys are quick. They earn their money, man, at WWE Studios or something. But no, man, we have a match. I guess, okay, so you have the match. Lashley ends up getting the pin on Rusev after a distraction because during the match, Liv Morgan comes down in her new getup. And
which, by the way, she was looking very stunning.
She was looking dapper.
I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, no, she was looking good, man.
But
But
I was like, is that Liv Morgan? Like, I was like, because you got to realize, I'm so used to seeing her in the Harley Quinn get up, and with the hair and all that other stuff.
The emo cheerleader.
Yeah. And she comes out of nowhere in all black, full blind, might I add. And I'm sitting there, I'm like,
that's how you get TV time in WWE if you're
I
a
was
woman.
like, okay. You know what? She reminded me so much of Mandy Rose for a second.
Yeah, I think almost everybody is like Mandy Rose now. How many blondes we got going on right now? You got Liv Morgan, you got Carmella, Mandy Rose, Charlotte.
Well, Carmella's not blonde.
Oh yeah, she did go back to brunette. Okay, let's go back there. So we got 3: Liv Morgan, Lana, Charlotte, Mandy Rose. Who else? What other blondes
Do you want to count Natalia?
Natalia, yeah, Natalia's blonde.
Alexa Bliss,
Alexa Bliss, Lacey Evans, Jesus
Christ!
All of these blondes who all get TV time.
Okay, so quick question. I know we're getting off subject here.
Yeah.
But is Lacey Evans a face?
Yeah. Full on face.
What?
Supports the troops and is a mama.
It's actually working though. She's getting it. I mean,
No, it is working.
working.
I guess it is working because I the only reason I knew that was because of the fact that Twitter helped me figure that out. I wouldn't have known if I watched a segment of Raw or no, she's on SmackDown. Oh well, even better because I don't even watch SmackDown like that. So
yeah, no, she's got that mama bear going on because Sasha Banks got in her child's face, and then
I saw that. I thought that was hilarious.
And then when they were in North Carolina, that's when she did her initial face turn in North Carolina because she came out to was saying that she's a former she drilled down our throats. She's a former military member and supports the military.
Well, I think it was kind of a little bit started before that too. Remember, Natalia chose her as her mystery partner as a face too.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
And in the Saudi match, she showed a lot of face. But no, I asked Kevin on the last SmackDown. I was like, imagine that it's 8 months ago, and I tell you, in 2020 we're gonna have a Royal Rumble match, and it's a heel Bailey versus a face Lacey Evans.
That's true. It's a good take. And all of this is more entertaining than what actually happened and what we're supposed to talk about between Rusev and Lashley.
I was actually going to say, I don't know.
That is not our fault. This is amazing. Okay.
I don't know how that came across on TV, but in the live crowd, it was
it a snooze fest?
No, the crowd was into it. Really, it took a couple minutes, but once Lashley hit that really hard spear on the outside. The spear
looked mean as hell. That looked mean as hell.
After that, and that was kind of early in the match. After that, the crowd was really into it. And the pop for Liv Morgan was huge. Liv Morgan got a really good reaction when she came out.
Yeah, Liv comes out. She gets in Lana's face on the outside while Rusev and Lashley are laid out, and Lana ends up grabbing a fan's drink, throws it in Liv Morgan's face, and then slings her against the wall. This provides enough of a distraction for Rusev to get pinned by Lashley. Ultimately, again, Rusev is on the receiving end of the beating. This is one where it's the same thing week in and week out. This is divisive. Sebastian's a big supporter of it. He personally loves this stuff. This is Sebastian's favorite style of entertainment. Just
nope. I'm just able to look at what they're trying to do. Like I said, the pop for Liv was huge. I mean, I can't sit there and say what they've done for Liv. The crowd didn't react to it.
But this does set up a mixed max tag match next week on Raw. Rusev and Liv Morgan will be taking on Lashley and Lana in a tag match. This did sow some more seeds of dissension between Lana and Lashley, because Lana is the one who issued the challenge, while Ashley's standing there going, "What are you doing?" And Lana's saying that no one's going to bully her. She lists off a bunch of people.
I love Lashley's just his expression. He's like, "What? What are you doing? I just beat Rusev. Damn it! God!
We need a segment of Lashley drinking at the bar with just a buddy. No Lana around, and his buddy's like, "Bro, what are you doing with that chick?" And Lashley just starts start questioning himself. That's what needs to happen. Be like, man, I love her. I think. It's like, man, I don't know, man.
I love it.
I am glad this set up.
Wait, hold on. In the Lashley voice, I love her. I think. You got it. No, because you got to get his voice pretty high.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, he does have that oddly. Him and Brock both, man, got high pitched voices for their body type.
Oh God, yes. Brock is a true definition of just. I know. I heard because I heard him speak back in the Ruthless Aggression era, and I was kind of like, "What?"
Did you ever see the clip of Brock Lesnar screaming?
I think I did.
It's one of the funniest clips ever. That's why he doesn't scream in matches, where a lot of other people do. They'll scream to the crowd because they're all amped and hype. That's why Brock doesn't do it, because he screamed one time on mic, and it does not fit his body type, man. It's high pitch and kind of whiny. It's hilarious, actually, if you listen to it.
It's like, oh boy.
Yeah. I'm done with the segment. Is there anything else you want to add to the segment, Seb?
No, I'm just glad that they did, lead to something for next week.
Yeah.
Liv Morgan looks amazing.
Yeah, she does.
That's all I got to add.
Following this, I got another squash match. Viking Raiders come out, issue an open challenge. Excuse me. It's answered by the Singh brothers, who are quickly dispatched. I honestly don't remember anything after that.
Well, I just want to say this. This is in an NXT fashion. We usually do this with the Forgotten Sons.
Yeah.
They can stay forgotten. So at this point, that match can be put can we next that, because there was literally nothing there. The only thing that was entertaining was the Singh brothers dancing around.
I was saying, we've already talked about the match longer than it lasted.
This was the piss break for the live crowd.
Okay. So nothing was set up after this, though.
And it's strange because it wasn't really because it was the Singh brothers, because a lot of them went out as soon as the Viking Raiders.
Well, they probably knew that it was just there was nothing that was going to come of this. Following that up, we got the contract signing. Definitely the best contract signing segment from start to finish that I can recall in a long time. This is Jerry the King Lawler's mediating contract signing between Becky Lynch and Asuka, who's got Kairi Sane there.
Wait, hold on. I beg to differ. John Cena versus Roman Reigns was probably a pretty good one.
I said in a while. That was a while ago.
I do want to ask, what is up with them doing contract signings in Lexington, okay? Last time when I came here last year, we had the Seth Rollins and AJ Styles one. Becky and Asuka. So, apparently we like contract signings.
I'm glad they're not going through the table as much anymore. That way you'll get a nice pop for it when it happens again.
I had my phone out, that way I could video when they went for the table.
Yeah, you were ready for the table spot. Oh, man.
So, Kyle knows how I feel about Asuka. I was amazed by everything in that. But you know what? They put the sympathy factor on me. I actually felt for Becky. Like,
she spoke a lot of truth that transcends wrestling into combat sports. This was a very, very honest thing.
Yeah, I was pretty like, I was like, damn. Now I actually starting to like Becky again. Like as you guys can see, like both me. If you guys don't listen or are on Twitter or listen to the podcast, or you guys doing this for the first time, myself and another one of our members of our team,
Mr. Flipsy Do Rob.
Mr. Flipsy Do Rob. We have this huge thing about Becky being on top right now. Don't get me wrong, I think that Becky's amazing. She is awesome. But I think it's time to pull the plug and let someone else do their thing. But last night's segment kind of like just made me, I was like, oh man, Becky, man, I'm sorry. Like, you gotta win, Becky. It was very hard. I felt for Becky, and they did what they were supposed to do.
It was great. They kept it short on the mic, and I think that's one of the reasons it made it so good. You didn't have the 10-minute promos about each guy or girl in this situation.
Yeah, absolutely.
And like Kyle said, she spoke a lot of truth. And anytime you can bring some realism into these storylines and make it feel personal, as personal as they have made it for Becky.
Yeah.
It's easy to get invested in.
Well, let me explain what made it great. Like what we mean by the truth. So you had the initial contract signing was by the books. Kairi Sane was there poking and prodding Becky with the umbrella. Becky obviously uncomfortable on defense, which you would be when you got two competitors in front of you. But Asuka signs the contract, no hesitation. Some hesitation out of Becky, which is brought into the whole fact that Asuka's had her number, which you get that. Contract signed. Asuka hits Becky Lynch with the green mist. We all seen this before. This is what happens every contract signing. Someone jumps the other person. What was cool about this was the camera stays on Becky as trainers and medical staff are trying to flush her eyes out, and she calls for the mic while selling the pain in her eyes, which was a nice, very, very nice touch. But as a person who's a huge fan of MMA, I knew exactly what she was talking about when she started speaking. She mentioned that Asuka has got a chip on her shoulder, is angry and is pissed off, and has got a fire lit under her ass, and is coming for Becky, which is the most dangerous type of fighter and is the most dangerous type of competition. And Becky has been living a life of happiness and contentment, which is a fighter's poison. Once a fighter achieves to the mountaintop, you don't even have to think too hard. Most people are aware of like who Conor McGregor is. You know what I mean? Conor McGregor hit the mountaintop, made his money, was happy, and what happened? Instantly started losing. He's lost his fights lately, and that's what happens to fighters. Once they hit the mountaintop and life is good, it's hard to drag your ass out to the gym, man. It's hard to stay angry. It's hard to keep that chip on your shoulder and keep working harder than the competition. So when she touched on that. And then, also put, the wrestling verbiage on it that the contentment is a poison and it's flowing through Becky's veins. Man, it was good. It was some good stuff, man.
Not just that, you could also add into that, a lot of people like Jay and Rob. Is Becky as good as she was? Everybody kind of feels like the man character is kind of dying down. Mm-hmm. And it played up the Golden Goose angle too, her being protected. Like, as soon as she got sprayed, how many refs and other people came out there to her?
That's true. That's true. Yeah, if she was Sarah Logan, you think anyone would have been there? Hell no. The ref would have kicked her ass under the ring and called for the next match.
So there are so many things that this played up to. I thought this was a brilliant segment all around.
Yeah, sweet deal, man. And I'm hyped, man. I'm hyped for this. Besides the Rumble matches themselves, this is probably easily the most hype match for me for the Royal Rumble, which I'm glad to say, man. I mean, I'm wearing the shirt too, by the way. You guys can't see it, but I'm flexing the man shirt right now on camera. But yeah, I'm stoked for it.
Well,
Man.
I'll look at it on the YouTube.
Check it out, man. Check it out.
I'm just flexing in a nice normal red shirt. You know.
I don't know if you can even see my shirt. I'm not sure what I look like on YouTube.
No, you're.
Well, I saw the Fiend.
What you see on your camera is what we're getting.
Oh, okay,
So it's just your headshot.
I mean, it's just like everybody, and then at the
Hey, look
bottom,
at Sasha.
at the bottom, it's like Raw, SmackDown, Live 2020, and it has them like split.
Sweet deal.
Yeah.
And got an event shirt. That's cool, man.
Well, as you guys can see, I'm wearing all Chicago colors.
Word. He wearing
wearing
his
Chicago Bulls, as you can see.
I heard y'all had a loss the other day. Yeah, to
Which
some
time?
We don't want to talk about it. Well, you know what? I can talk about it because, you know, my team is trash. Like, it literally, even my team in 2K is trash, so.
Oh man,
It's okay. I'm a Packers fan, and I feel like we're getting killed next week. So it's all right.
All right, let's keep it moving, man. We're hitting that hour mark in the show, so let's keep it rolling for the fans.
I mean, I will say this. I feel like if we're just hitting an hour, that's not bad at all.
Thank you. I think we are doing good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And well, let's stop patting ourselves on the back, and get hyped for the next match.
You drinking some coffee over there, Kyle?
Yes. Yeah, I drank some coffee, man. Zelina Vega and Andrade are backstage. They announced they are having a ladder match with Rey Mysterio next week for the United States Championship. Yes, please. Yes, please. Every damn week.
First of all, I just want to say, like, this animosity and this rivalry between Andrade and Rey Mysterio is really good. Like, when I saw the footage from last week when they took off his mask and everything like that, I was like, whoa.
Andrade and Rey been killing it, man.
We're doing this. I was like, okay, let's things are about to get a little hectic now.
Yeah.
But you know what? I kind of noticed that, you know what, and maybe this is not being, you know, racist or anything, but I noticed that, like, any time that Rey goes against, like, any of, you know, his lucha
other Latinos,
brethren,
Latino friends.
Oh my god!
Yeah, if you want to put that, let's just say lucha brethren, because they're all in Mexico. They are luchadors. So, I noticed that the rivalry gets like put up to a 10, like, because they're able to work with it, like it
the styles. The styles match up. The styles match
exactly,
up is what it is.
And then on top of that, it seemed like they've worked with each other before.
Yeah, well, Andrade and Rey have been killing it. If there's any other rivalry that is just producing slam bang matches besides Aleister Black and Buddy Murphy, it's Mysterio and Andrade. They kill it every time they're in the ring together, man.
You can go back to last year.
Yeah.
When they were SmackDown doing the same thing.
Yeah, they crush it every time.
Now you're going to add ladders into it.
Yeah. I already see Rey Mysterio jumping off the ladder, hitting Andrade with a Canadian destroyer. It's gonna happen.
Oh my god!
It's gonna happen.
I've seen so many people complain that it's on Raw. One, I think Raw needs this kind of stuff.
It does.
One of my suggestions forever ago. I go back and watch stuff from 03, 04 and on, and a lot of them, we had this stuff a lot.
Okay, so
and two,
yeah, I was just gonna say that, Seb.
If it happened at the Royal Rumble, it wouldn't get a lot of time with the 2 Royal Rumble matches. But
yeah,
next week,
very
they're
true.
going to get the time. They're going to deliver. I think it's very smart to put it on.
Like, I think that, like what Seb was saying is, like, 100% true, because you think, if I'm not mistaken, back in, now I don't remember the time frame, and you know, it's because it's been like over 10 years. But I think it was back in like 02, 03, like one of the first TLC match that was on broadcast TV on SmackDown, like got like nothing but hype whatsoever.
Yeah,
like I enjoyed.
On this show, there's been a couple times where I bring up Eddie versus Edge, no disqualification from 02. I brought it up, the TLC match, a Fatal 4-Way TLC match. That was the first ever Royal Roulette. That was a heck of a match. I mean, you saw this stuff a lot back in, you know, the early 2000s, mid 2000s, and it's something they went away from. And, you know, it's just, you can add some attraction to these weekly shows with them, I think.
Oh yeah.
I mean, don't do it every month. You don't want to do it every month, but
yeah, I was gonna say you don't want to be an AEW. You don't want to do that all the time.
Oh God, you don't have people come through.
All right, man.
And that's not just throwing shade on AEW. That's just
they're gonna call you a WWE fanboy now.
Yeah, WWE loyalist. Tribalism.
I mean, you know what? Fine. You want to go there? I'll be a fanboy. But no, it's not even like that. It's just like,
well, that's me. Apparently, when I criticize them, I come across as a WWE fanboy.
You're just a WWE loyalist, is what you are.
Yeah.
All the tribalism in pro wrestling is killing the business. All right.
Not even because I watched WCW. I'm not a fanboy.
Anyways, let's move on, you guys.
Shout out to the Wolfpack, baby.
Up next, we got easily the top contender for match of the night, Buddy Murphy, Aleister Black. These guys crushed it, man. This was the third of the trilogy match. However, Aleister Black had the previous two victories out of the trilogy, and there was no difference in the outcome here, man. That's a
3-0, baby.
That's a 3-0. That's a
shutout. That's a shutout.
That's what it is, man. The mercy rule comes into effect. This is done.
You can't. No. However, the match was great. I love it.
Yeah.
The match was like awesome. Like
yes.
There was more of that in my life.
There was a terrible ref botch or something at the end. I'm not sure what happened, but there was a terrible ref botch at the end. I think
he wasn't supposed to kick out.
I think the match was so well done that, you know.
I think the ref was expecting, because of the hype of the. I don't know. But the botch that Sebastian's referring to is Black hits the black mass on Murphy, and the ref counts the 2 count and claims Murphy kicked out at 3. But even going back to the replay, there's no movement from him, so you're just left thinking like they even. Ref? The commentary hit on it. They were like, yeah, if his shoulder was off the mat, you could only slide a piece of paper under the elbow or under the shoulder.
And it's odd too, because honestly, man, the black mass has been so protected. I wouldn't even think the plan would be for.
I think Murphy's the first person on main roster now to kick out from it.
He probably didn't even kick out of it.
That's what I'm saying. He didn't, but now because of the botch. Yeah. But it's going to be swept under the rug. Next week, if they show highlights, they're just going to show the second black mass, and they're going to show the victory. It's not going to be brought up again.
It was a great match, though. I mean,
hell yeah.
I still very much enjoyed it. But, you know, it's not fair to bring it. Not at least bring it, because AEW has done that a couple times, and they got crap. So, yeah, I mean, that's got to do better, though.
Hell yeah. Following this was just another quick squash match with Eric Rowan. Nothing really to touch on here. He beats another local enhancement talent. At some point, he reaches into his cage, and whatever the creature is in there, apparently I'm wrong. Apparently it's not roadkill, because it's got to be alive, because it appeared as like it bit him. But yeah, this was just tossed in there to remind you that, hey, Eric Rowan still has something going on with...
At the Royal Rumble, that cage is going to be unveiled.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you. It's going to be Hornswoggle. That's what it's going to be.
To be quite honest with you, so I'm gonna be an ass. I did not even know this match happened.
Yeah. Because it's that fast. It's that fast.
Like I literally turned. I was watching it, and I literally turned. I saw that Eric Rowan was coming out. I turned around for one moment to like pet my dog, and the next thing you know, I look back and the match is over.
Yeah.
Like what?
When this angle started, I was kind of into it, and then, like I told Kyle last week, they don't know
what they're doing, man. They don't know what they're doing.
I have like the couple wrinkles they threw in here the last couple weeks. That's a very Paul Heyman thing to at least try to change it up and advance the story at least a little bit.
Right, but we'll have to wait and see.
I will say this: when I was kind of relieved though when it happened, because when the Buddy and Roland or Buddy and Black match ended, I looked at the clock and I was very worried about the fist fight. But I felt like once it started at like 10 minutes to 11 or whatever, it was close to that, I felt a lot better because I felt like it was going to be just a chaotic rush. And that's
did Buddy Murphy stay out there the whole time?
Yes.
Yeah. On broadcast, that wasn't revealed to us until I believe the fist fight started, which is what we'll get into. When
the match ended on TV, you could see them sitting over there, and it went commercial, but they never really went back to it.
Yeah, it was blink and you miss it on the broadcast. Essentially, is what happened. Now the fist fight. This was essentially, so what was ruled here is the no pinfalls, no submissions, no countouts. It's a no DQ match. The only way to win is via ref stoppage. The ref has to determine only that one team cannot continue as a whole. It really just turned into a like a hardcore no DQ match. What's really hilarious though, no fists were thrown. I was worried they were going to choreograph some like weak boxing in this match.
There's a lot of fists on the ramp, though. I don't know what all, like... I don't know where the camera took everybody because there's stuff going in the ring and other places. But on the ramp, there's a lot. I mean, they were throwing hands over there.
Man, the best part of this match was Kevin Owens running up the stage.
That was the best. Wow. That was the best thing ever. Like,
he was so high up, man. He almost got dropped on his head. He did too.
I seen him run, and I was like... But he wasn't like running toward the end of the stage. I saw where he was running to. I was like, "Oh shit!" Like I said that.
Someone finally used it. Someone used it, man. He Tony Hawked his ass up that ramp and delivered a senton.
I kind of said that from a kid. I kind of felt bad, but I saw what was coming. I was like, "Oh no! Oh shit!" Yeah,
that was nuts. If you go back and watch the GIF, dude, he almost got dumped on his head. Like he really almost got dumped on his head, man.
Like he literally just like I felt like he literally jumped mosh pit.
It was awesome.
This in the live crowd though, man, they were into it. Like the Lesnar segment earlier, like when the match started, for the most part, everybody was on their feet.
Yeah, I believe it. It
was chaotic. There was table spots everywhere. I think the announce table. There's like 2 more tables over there in the electrical area. There was a table in the ring. So there was so much stuff going on, man. It was really fun. I was worried going in, but like I said, once I saw how much time was left, I felt a lot better because I felt like it was just going to be this rush.
Yeah, it didn't require no warm up, no slow build to a crescendo. No, it was slam bang, table spots, jump spots. I mean, high spots. It was crazy.
Yeah, when they came out, I was like, okay, this is going to be good.
Hell yeah!
I knew what the pace would be.
But you cut over to Seth Rollins, who's in the ring, because AOP, Kevin Owens, and Samoa Joe are doing their work up the ramp. Big Show's getting the better of Seth Rollins. Seth notices Buddy Murphy and starts pleading with him. He says, help me. Help me out, man. And that's ultimately the turning point in the match. Buddy Murphy does emerge and help Seth Rollins and his team get the victory after... Kevin Owens and Samoa Joe are put through the commentary table, and then everybody else takes out the Big Show. AOP does a double power bomb. There's a stomp in there. Big Show's taken out, and we now have another layer to the Messiah, or what is Monday's Messiah, or the Messiah of Monday?
Monday Night Messiah.
Monday Night Messiah.
Now there's 4 though. They really need to name the group. I feel like.
Yeah.
So more or less, titles will change hands. AOP will have the tag titles. Raw. I'm eventually Buddy Murphy will have the United States title, and Seth will be back on top with the WWE Championship.
They're gonna do Undisputed Era stuff and drape everybody in gold.
God, what was that Evolution? Yeah, go back in the day.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like, because I think that this faction could do something.
Yeah, I like to see where they fill in Buddy Murphy. I bet you, Buddy
Murphy is gonna be the Roderick Strong of the group.
Well, yeah, but I mean, what I think is what they'll do is, I don't know, they'll do something to show like, hey, buddy, we got your back, and then AOP jumps Aleister Black or something. You know what I mean? Like, starts taking care of Buddy Murphy here.
I really like you said, Aleister Black being 3-0. A lot of people didn't like that. A lot of people wanted Buddy to get a win. I didn't have a problem with it, because even in real sports, like, there's always going to be that one team that for some reason you can't beat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I like that kind of story. Now Buddy can move on and do this, and later down the line, go back to it.
Yeah, maybe. I was gonna say I was gonna go exactly what Seb said. Like, ooh, excuse me, sorry.
Wow, man, we boring you?
No, you don't bore me. What I was going on along with what Seb said, like, it could be something that, you know, he lost all 3 matches, and with everything going on, it turns around and he gets something positive out of this.
Yeah,
like, it's a good story.
He builds confidence. Yeah, I mean, it gets his confidence back up, and you can go back to that down the line and maybe get Buddy his win back.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what's going to happen.
Would do the same thing. Hawkins.
Yeah. But yeah, that was our show, man. It was good. Seb, you picked a good one to go to. You'll get to go ahead and rub Rob's face in the go-home show that he attended. And then, honestly, the subpar SmackDown I went to. So I think you really lucked out of all of us.
We did, man. I don't know how we got the one that went against the college football playoff, but you knew they had to stack it. And
yeah, man. They did good.
They delivered, I thought.
Hell yeah. But that's our show, you guys. Make sure you tune in. Later in the week, we got our AEW recaps, which I think Rob is taking the helm of those. Those are going to have a special touch to them, man. Those are going to be special shows with Rob taking the hosting gig there. Of course, we have our NXT recap. We're going to be trying out some new members on NXT, man. Keep a lookout for Aaron. He's going to be guest hosting our show Wednesday. And, of course, Sebastian's episode of SmackDown later in the week. We might even have some special guests lined up for that show as well. This is Jay's first episode of Raw. Jay, awesome job, man. Thank you for joining us.
Actually, it's not my first, but it's the first being on as in, you know, a regular.
As a regular. Hell yes. But you guys, like I said, thank you for joining us once again. And until next time, man, y'all have a good one.
See ya.
Deuces.